Greetings fellow simmers and welcome to the reaction review with me, GripperSim. Today we're going to look at the latest update for Microsoft 2020 and that's dated the 16th of July this year. And I'm going to answer some questions that you have kindly sent in the comment section. Yes, I always read all the comments. I don't get to reply to them all the time because there's a lot, but I read them all. And probably most importantly, are you prepared for release day on August 18th? And why is that important? Okay, more on that later. So, at the July 16th development update, they go on to say it's been just over a year since we announced the next iteration of Microsoft Flight Simulator and embarked on a journey with the community to bring this product to market. While we are now just over a month away from launch, our journey with you has just begun. I'm not complaining, but the release date has come a little bit earlier than I thought. I wonder, did they actually bring it forward for some reason? Interesting. Anyway, let's go on and talk about the closed beta timeline. As a special thanks to all of you in the alpha community for your feedback and dedication to help make Microsoft Flight Simulator awesome, we are giving you early access to the closed beta build today. A reminder that the NDA is still in place for the closed beta. Enjoy. Now, they go on to say, closed beta is still tracking and release for the 30th of July. Okay, so those of you who haven't actually got the alpha, you're still in the running. You may still get an email. So, with the closed beta invitations on July 23rd, they will begin sending out invitations for closed beta participation. As a reminder, if you're already an alpha tester, you will automatically receive access to the closed beta. So, there's a shop, lads, in the Flight Simulator program itself. A shop to buy all your add-ons, aircraft, and whatever else stuff they're going to come up with, which is, I'm going to get to that point now shortly, but why it pleases me so much. Okay, so I'll read on. SDK Update Marketplace Partner Program is here. We are excited to announce our new Microsoft Flight Simulator Marketplace Partner Program. For the first time, Microsoft Flight Simulator will include a built-in marketplace which enables approved partners to sell their content directly to simmers. The third-party creator community has been incredibly vibrant, delighting simmers with their creativity for many, many years. We recognise that creations by third parties are a vital ingredient to broaden and deepen the flight simulation experience, so we are excited to announce our Marketplace Partner Program, which enables improved partners to sell content within our built-in marketplace. We are looking for partners with all types of content that will enhance the simulation experience. We can't wait to see what you come up with. And this is open, not just to companies, but to pretty much everybody that has the right, the right tools. Now, here's the reason where I'm very happy, in theory I am, about this Microsoft Flight Sim Marketplace. I'm going to go from XPlanes. I have XPlane as well as FSX, but I'm going to go and concentrate on XPlane. Here's how it is in XPlane. You download the simulator, which is very bare. You start downloading sceneries and airports. Now, there is a folder in the operating system called the custom scenery folder, and you have to manage that, because if you don't do it properly, you have to go into the custom scenery folder and edit folders and change INI files and mess around with stuff. Now, that's a pain in the neck. But then you build up and you get more plugins for weather, for sound, for lighting, and other airports and other sceneries. Some of them are free, which I grant you, XPlane's good for that. They're not great, but some of them are free. A lot of stuff's free. But the stuff you pay for, you pay airplanes, and it builds up over time, okay? Then you install another plugin, and it busts everything. It ruins the install, and you can't start up again. So what you have to do is you have to install not only XPlane 11, or you have to install also all of your plugins that you've installed that year and put in all the codes and all. It's a nightmare. XPlane is a disaster for this, and it's a pain in the neck. Okay. Now, I even paid for a scenery manager program. I paid for it so it would manage everything so it wouldn't crash on me. I had to pay for them, you know what I mean, you XPlane users. FSX is pretty much the same. I've had FSX for years, and it's the same kind of thing, guys, right? Now, what I'm hoping is with this shop, when a third-party developer puts something in, they have to go through a set of criteria and to make sure it works and to make sure it doesn't crash anything else. So what I'm saying is I'm hoping in the store Microsoft will have control of how these third-party developers integrate with their flight simulator. Whereas XPlane 11, they don't care about the third parties. Providers and plugins can pretty much do what they want. And it's been, it's very frustrating when you get home after a hard day's work on a Friday afternoon, you install the latest thing and it ruins your whole flight simulator. So you have to spend all weekend installing it. So what I'm saying is the store could be a way out of all of the nightmares of having to manage all your add-ons. I know some of you who are new to Flight Sim or going to be new to Flight Simulator are going, what the hell is he talking about? This sounds awful. Yeah, it was a pain in the neck. We had to fiddle around with files and stuff when things went wrong, like the operating system and bits and folders and the C program files. And it's an INI file. It's just, I even thinking about it now. How could they release a program like that? Where you have to go and put folders and stuff and make sure they're in the right order and play with INI files and move text around. And then when it doesn't work, the whole Flight Sim breaks. And then your whole weekend is spoilt trying to fix the add-on you paid for. So, yeah, it really me off, basically. So you know what I mean, you XPlane users and FSX users, you know what I mean. You've been putting it up. We've been putting up with it for too long. So that's what the store means to me. They're going to have control. You just see an airplane you want, you pay your money, it'll download it for you, integrate it into the program. You don't have to worry about anything else. You just fly it and have a good weekend. Yeah, I digress once again. Okay. Let's have a look at the questions you have in the comments next. Then we're going to have a look at the development roadmap, and there will be more feature discovery series episodes even after release, believe it or not. And then we're going to have a look at why you should prepare for release day on August 18th. First of all, the comments. Dare Dublin asks, if you don't get premium, do you get to fly a basic version of the airport such as Heathrow? Yes, you do. All of the airports of the world are included in Microsoft 2020, but there are a selection that are handcrafted. So, for example, Heathrow, if you don't have the premium, everything will be there. The runways will be there, the tower will be there, the runways will be the right height, direction, width, size. The taxiways will be quite correct. Everything will be pretty good, okay? But it won't be handcrafted. And then it's up to you if you want to enhance some of your most favourite airports. Oh, whilst I'm talking about the comments, I'd like to thank Bernard and Phil for becoming members. Thank you guys so much. Much appreciated. And you're seriously a contribution to the channel. Those of you who are thinking of joining, there's a little join button in the lower right hand corner. You can click that and you can have a look to see if you want to join or not. Simon Forrester says, I'm a little confused. In the feature discovery series on airports, they said there's going to be 80 airports that were more detailed. They've listed 40 in the premium. Am I missing something? Where's the other 40? Do they come automatically with the premium, or have I misunderstood? Won't be the first time. No, Simon, you are most definitely not misunderstood. That is a very, very good question. Now, here's my guess. Here's another guess. I like guessing. If I could bet money on it, I would. But I can't, and that's very bold. Usually putting like that. So, I think that they put the other 40. Guess where Microsoft put the other 40 airports? Yeah, there you go. You got it. It's in the store. Of course, we're going to pay for the other 40. That's fine. That's okay. It doesn't bother me completely because we don't have to pay a subscription. We all thought we were going to pay a subscription. But that's the way it works. That's how they can keep on developing it and we can get cooler stuff. So thanks for that question, Simon. Toffee Gold says, if I buy an Xbox One, will it automatically transfer to my Xbox Series X for free with graphic upgrades? Help. Okay, I seriously don't think, Toffee, or anybody, that Microsoft Flight Simulator is going to come out for Xbox One. I'm seriously thinking it's going to come out for the next gen Xbox, which is going to be released this Christmas. I just don't think Xbox One can run it. Now, if I'm wrong, please let us all know in the comments if you're definite about what you're saying. But I don't think it'll be out on the plain Xbox One, but it will be out the next gen. Captain Moose, one of our esteemed members, says, yay for no subscriptions, woohoo, and very reasonably priced as opposed to P3D. Now give me my VR, please, Microsoft Asobo. Any news on that anymore? Well, I can't find any news on VR development. I don't think it's going to come out in the first version, this version we're waiting for on the 18th, but I think they have dedicated themselves to getting it out at some stage, but there's no word yet. Eric Bull says, I've never played realistic flight simulators, so I'm pretty much a newbie. I've played a lot of stuff like Elite Dangerous and such though, but I will buy this when it comes out as it looks amazing. So I will be following your channel and would love to see tutorial videos. Yeah, I did mention actually in my last two videos, when Flight Simulator 2020 comes out, after the initial one or two wow it's here videos, I will be doing tutorials for people who have never flown a simulation airplane before. I'll be doing it on the 152. So I will be teaching you in a very simple, easy to follow, easy way to get you started in Flight Simulator. I'll teach you how to land. Don't worry, I'll learn you. Lone Wolves asks, what about gameplay? Does it have career mode? Does it have scenarios mode? Does it have a flight school training mode? Thank you. Well, Lone Wolf, will it have a career mode? Not that I'm aware of at the moment, but you can bet your bottom dollar some third-party provider will come up with one. Okay, but I have no news on that yet. Does it have scenarios mode? Yes, it will have scenarios with really good bush airfields, small airfields like Churchillville and the likes. So that's going to be really cool. Does it have a flight school training mode? Yes, because it is designed for complete and utter newbies as well as hardcore simmers. There's great depth into this, great depth into Flight Simulator. Let's have a quick look at the development roadmap for the next few months. We are now in July. Now, in July, we know we're going to get the beta. The beta, the closed beta and all that kind of stuff. Great. Now, in August, in mid-August, they're going to have the launch. We expect that. And late August, they're going to have Feature Discovery Series Episode 9 after launch. That's interesting. And another partnership release series. I'm just reading the yellow bits here, guys. Then in September, they'll have a teaser. A teaser after release. Is this something new? Is this maybe VR? Yes. So that's interesting. And then a partnership release series. Then mid-September, World Update Series Episode 1. So there's more update series coming. So they're going to continue developing this after release. So it's going to keep going, lads. This is great. And then the usual partnership release series. That's the development roadmap. Another question actually I got was from John Heaton, another one of our members. He says, I didn't get into the alpha, but what I did in the meantime was keep telling my wife how expensive it might be. So her reaction today was, oh, I thought it would be worse than that. Perfect. So, see, guys, John here is thinking ahead. I mean, when this comes out, when Microsoft comes out on August the 18th, you've got to be ready. You've got to have a plan. You've got to start planning right now. Because those of you who are married, she's not going to let you stay downstairs and play Flight Simulator for days at a time. No way. She's not going to have it. Women don't like being ignored. You know this. But you haven't thought about it, have you? Things to prepare for on release day, number 1, your partner. Now, this is very difficult. Women do not like being ignored at all, even if you're sitting next to them. So how do you plan this? You've got to really think about this. Now, I don't know, I shouldn't be saying this kind of thing in YouTube, but here's a scenario. You've got to think 3 days ahead. So we'll say Sunday the 16th of August. Now, when you both come home from wherever you were that day, you simply walk into the kitchen as you would. And while she leaves the kitchen temporarily, it's very important that you put her handbag in the fridge. Close the fridge. Don't let her know that you put it in the fridge, and do not help her find it in the fridge. She'll find it herself, I guarantee you. Think about it. When you lose your keys, you eventually open the fridge, right? So she'll find it herself. When she finds it, she'll look quite shocked, and she will most definitely be on the back foot. You look shocked as well, and you comfort her. Put her hands on her shoulders. Bring her over to the chair, sit her down, say, love, you've been very, very stressed. Things have been tough. Don't worry about it. We all do it. And then let her calm down. And then you say, look, I'm just going out with the lads for a pint. When you go out, you actually don't get drunk. Go to the supermarket and get a box of chocolates and flowers and keep them hidden. When you return home, however, you have to play the part. You have to look as if you're absolutely and completely and utterly legless, twisted off your face drunk. Very, very important. First of all, bad breath. I would recommend chewing 2 cloves of garlic for about 2 minutes before you go in. Also, you should have eaten a great amount of beans for flatulence, because that's going to be very important. When you get to the door, you should look an absolute mess. You should stink. You should have beer stains on your shirt. One of your shoes preferably should be missing. Now, don't hang around. Don't hang around. Just go straight to bed, because you'll catch on. Go straight to bed. Now, she'll eventually join you in bed. It's very important to make sure she smells your breath and complains a little bit. Fart, flatulence is also very important, lots of that. So when she calms down after that, cuddle up to her. Okay, it's very important. Just dribble a little bit on her cheek. So she'll freak out, but don't get into an argument. Okay, next morning she'll be very upset. So day 2 is the Monday. Rinse and repeat. Except you don't put her handbag in the fridge again, put it in the freezer this time. She'll find it. Trust me, it works every time. Day 3, the big day, Tuesday the 18th. So she will come back from work, okay? And she will probably have a discussion with you. But this time she's going to find her bag in the oven. Now, when she looks shocked, She's definitely going to be on the back foot. So be very nice. Get her by there. Sit down, love. I know I've been unreasonable. Let me talk to you. And you have a talk with her. Be very, very nice and gentle. And get the roses and the box of chocolates then. Give them to her. I got you a little present, love. Sit down. Look, we've both been very stressed, tell her. We've both been behaving badly. And, you know, you saw her put the bag in the oven, and you saw her put it in the fridge, and you saw her put it in the freezer, and you're very, very concerned about her. Now, she's not thinking about you at all. She's thinking about herself. And that's the point, you know, that you should tell her, look, I'll stay home with you. I think we've both been stressed and we should hang out at home. I won't go drinking. I'm really sorry about that. It was silly. I just wanted my own space. So now she's delighted you're not going drinking every night and you've changed your ways. And quite frankly, now you're the hero. You know, you don't mind if I play my flight simulator, do you? She go, of course not. Of course not, love. I have been unreasonable. So comfort her and be very nice. And then, of course, when the 18th, when there's downloads ready, you're free to play Flight Simulator. Number 2, download time. The average Xbox game it takes for me to download is overnight. It takes hours and hours. I have 85 megabits per second. So just plan ahead. You don't want the minute it comes out to wait 4 or 5 hours. So just keep that in mind and plan around how long it's going to take to download. Number 3, peripherals. Those of you who are new to flight simming may not have a joystick. You don't need an expensive joystick. Don't forget you need to order it about now to have it in time for the 18th. What kind of joystick? A Thrustmaster perhaps, one with a twisty joystick grip for the rudder and one for a throttle for power. That's all you need for now. Don't go buying anything fancy. You've got one new thing at a time is best. Number 4, time off. So if you're working, I know most of us are unemployed at the moment, but if you're working, how do you get the time off? You got to plan for this as well. This is important. Don't go ringing your boss on the morning of the 18th of August on release day. They're going to know. Everyone knows when you ring in the morning that if it's not a terrible accident, you're not sick. You know, it's not really believable. How do you make them believe you? Well, you can't use a cold or a sickness anymore because I think it's COVID. So I tend to use something, if I can't use a cold, like a back problem. So you've got to think, once again, 3 days ahead. So this would be in conjunction in convincing your wife that she's quite mad. Now, I would start on Sunday the 16th. So that's a day off, you're not working. So on Monday, I would recommend, or even Sunday, if you're talking to one of your co-workers, if they're your friend, tell them you've got a bad back on Sunday the 16th. So they spread that word in the office. Then Monday the 17th, you go in, you're limping. And as the day goes on, you've got to make it hard and make it look as if it's harder for you to get out of your seat. It's harder, you're in pain, you're quiet. Don't be all jolly. Be quiet, be very in pain. And as the day goes on, it gets worse and worse and worse. More than likely what happens is that the manager will tell you, look, go home. You're battling on, I know, but go home there. Get yourself off there now. And they'll send you home. And that should give you all the time you need on the 18th of August.